Now back to Inside Real Estate. Here's Mike the Realtor.
Hey folks, we are back. It's Inside Real Estate with Mike Kruizinga, and it's time for some mortgage and real estate talk. We're going to be talking jumbo loans with our good friend Terri Wagner over at Supreme Lending. Her website, terriwagner.com. And don't forget, you can always just sign up right on her website and sign an application right there. And of course, get all kinds of good information. But I always recommend giving her a call as well. Terri, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you, Mike?
I'm really good.
Good. Yeah, our website is really an awesome place to go, even if you just want to do some browsing. And there's lots of really cool tools on there. So, yes, please visit us on my website, terriwagner.com.
Absolutely.
Okay, so today I thought that, Supreme Lending has got several jumbo products. But I thought that I would bring to the forefront today a jumbo product that we have that is just 10% down with no mortgage insurance. What? How do we do that?
That's right. Yeah,
because we're Supreme Lending, that's how.
Well, I bet you a lot of people aren't thinking that that's even an option.
Right.
10% down on a jumbo.
And it is. Obviously, there are some requirements with every loan product that there is. So I wanted to just go over those real quick with folks this morning in case that was something they were looking at doing. Wanted to purchase a home that would fit within the jumbo category. And again, jumbo loan is anything over $417,000 loan amount, not sales price, but loan amount. Okay. So if your loan amount is $417,001, then that would be a jumbo. Okay.
Very good.
We can do, on this particular product, we can do a fixed rate. We can do an ARM. Not a lot of people do ARMs anymore, but they do have their place in the marketplace still. There are some that prefer the ARM rate. Mm-hmm. So we offer those. You can also do a cash out. So if you're in a jumbo right now and you need to get out of it, you can do a cash out refinance on a jumbo, not necessarily this 10% down with no MI. Because in the state of Texas, you have to have 20% equity. Right. But we can do a cash out on a jumbo.
Okay.
We have two eligible borrowers. U.S. citizen, first-time home buyer. You can be a first-time home buyer and still qualify, if everything else fits the parameters, still qualify for a jumbo loan with 90% down, no MI. Permanent resident alien. Okay, so first-time home buyer is... Again, the definition is if you have not owned a property in the last 3 years, most recent 3 years, you're a first-time home buyer. Even though you owned one 10 years ago and you moved here from somewhere else and you've rented forever and you decide now it's time to buy, you're still a first-time home buyer. 30-year fixed, you have to have a 720 minimum credit score. So you've got to have some good credit.
Sure.
But I guess you should if you're buying $1 million home.
If you're buying a larger home, absolutely.
Yeah. Maximum loan amount is $1 million for first-time home buyers.
For that product,
For that product, okay? Maximum debt-to-income ratio for a first-time home buyer on this product is 38%. So we have to have your A-plus borrower here for this product.
Okay.
Now, if you're not a first-time home buyer, you can... if you're doing the 90% no MI, you have to have a 740 credit score, but you can go up to $1.5 million. Again, not first-time home buyer.
Right.
38% still debt ratio, and you have to have 15 months reserves on this product. But I think we talked about this last time, and this is one of those products where it's dedicated, where we underwrite it in-house.
Right.
So a lot of times when you're on a jumbo product and you have to go outside to be underwritten outside of our office, it can really add up on the days for processing the loan.
Right.
You can take up to 2 months to process a jumbo loan. Typically, it doesn't take that long. Usually, it's about 45 days, but it can take up to 60.
Okay.
So just be aware of that. Non-permanent resident aliens can also purchase using this product. They cannot have diplomatic immunity. They are ineligible if they do. They are capped at 70% loan to value. Their debt ratio can be 43%, and they need 6 months reserves. Okay. Very good. So you can use this product if you're purchasing a home as your primary residency or your second home. If it's your primary residency, obviously that's a property that you're going to occupy. You're going to use that as your primary residency. It's going to be your homestead. Second home is anything that a second home is. You can't have a second home right down the street from your primary residency. The second home, underwriter's going to scratch your head and say, really, is this a second home? What's it used for?
Right.
So a lot of people try to get away with that too on a second home. They'll buy a second home across the neighborhood or something like that. But a second home truly has to fit the parameters of a second home. Where is it located? Is it in a resort area? Is it far away from where you live now? Is it near a lake or an ocean or, somewhere down south, something like that? Those are going to be second homes. On a golf course where right now you're living, in a crowded metroplex, but your second home's on a golf course. Those types of second homes make sense to an underwriter. So we have to make sense of it to the underwriter.
It's kind of got to be obvious.
Right. What I thought was interesting on this particular product is these are manually underwritten. We don't run it through the automated system. We're talking about the automated system all the time.
Right.
But this particular product is not ran through the automated system. It's a manual underwrite. So we have to make sure it fits all of our guidelines. Okay. So on a purchase, again, you have to have greater than... no property flipping on these products. Prior owner must have owned the property greater or larger than 6 months or longer than 6 months. Interested party contribution. So when you're buying a jumbo home, we talk about seller paid closing costs. You can still have those on this product. If you're doing, let me find it here. I want to say it's 3%. No, it's 2%. If it's if it's a second home, and up to 9% if it's your primary, depending on what your LTV is.
Okay.
So up to 9% you can have that.
And assistance.
That's right, in down payment assistance.
Okay.
If you're doing a rate and term, we have to just make sure that that we meet all the guidelines, that the reserves are met, everything like that. So you can do a rate and term, or you can do a cash out, again, depending on what your loan to value is. In the state of Texas, you have to retain 20% equity. So if you're doing a cash out, we have to make sure that that's the case. Okay. So it's a great product. It's one that if you're looking at doing a jumbo loan, we certainly should look at. Again, Supreme Lending's got like 9 different products for the jumbo buyer.
Right.
So I just kind of wanted to bring this one to the forefront a little bit and make people aware that you can purchase a jumbo product with as little as 10% down.
Yeah, it's a great product. And, like you say, there are a few stipulations that you got to go through. You are going to be manually underwriting it. You're going to be doing it in-house, which is a good thing because it'll take less time.
Right.
15 months of reserves. But, once you're purchasing in that ballpark range, you're expected to kind of have those cash reserves already anyway, so that shouldn't more than likely be a problem. But the fact that it's a 90-10, 10% down, and then on top of that, the no mortgage insurance.
That's crazy.
So I think that's hugely appealing to people. People are probably unaware of this. And for the folks that don't shop around like they should, and they're hearing this, and if they know anybody or if they're thinking about it themselves, this is a 90-10 product, 10% down, and no mortgage insurance, which is a rare product to find for sure.
Right. I'm spent the better part of this week so far just talking with people trying to refinance their property to get rid of mortgage insurance. So this is a great product to not even start out with mortgage insurance on a jumbo loan.
And this is one that we can use as on a refi as well?
Right. You sure can.
Okay.
Yeah, you sure can.
Yeah, so that's huge. And pretty much we should just walk around all day, every day, just down the street, 90-10,
right.
No mortgage insurance.
That's right.
Like, what?
That's right. What?
People are just going to be following us everywhere.
You think they will?
I think so.
So, and with this product, I just wanted to touch on a couple of things on the credit report and what we'll be looking for there. Obviously, we're going to use the mid-score. We've talked about credit scores before. But on your housing history, we want to make sure that there are no over 30s in the last 2 years. So if you've been past due on your mortgage in the last 2 years, that creates a problem on this product.
Okay.
Rental history, if you didn't have a previous mortgage rental history, we're going to have to go back and do what we call a VOR, a verification of rental history, and we're looking to make sure that there's no late payments in the last 24 months on that as well.
Okay.
So we're going to look back 2 years on that.
For sure.
And then on the actual credit report, we're going to need a minimum of 3 open trade lines, 3 different credit cards, car payments, loans. We need 3 of those that have a 24-month history. So you can't have just gone out and opened
Just
3
picked
credit
one
cards
out.
6 months ago, and that's going to suffice for this loan type. We're going to need some history on that.
Okay.
Current housing obviously doesn't have to be reported like we talked about it. We can order a verification of rent. Any trade lines on these 3 minimum trade lines, any trade line that has delinquencies in the last 12 months, we're going to need a pretty reasonable letter of explanation on why that happened.
Okay.
So we're looking for, and most of this is almost just common sense, because if you have a 720 or a 740 credit score, you probably don't have that anyway.
Right. It's going to match up.
It's gonna match up.
Yeah.
There's no bankruptcies, foreclosures, short sales, deed in lieu, none of that in the last 7 years. But that's on any conventional loan. There are exceptions on just your regular conforming conventional loan, but on this product, no exceptions.
Okay.
Just none of that in the last 7 years. All judgments must be paid for either at or before closing. Again, that's on any product. All past, here's something that's a little different. Non-title charge-offs. So if you've got a charge-off on your credit or a collection account that exceeds $1,000, they're going to require you that to be paid. So we're really going to be looking at the credit report kind of strenuously here on this product. But again, we should be on this product.
Yeah, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
If you're going to be going without the mortgage insurance and you're only putting 10% down, then it makes sense, absolutely.
Because we've talked about before the importance of mortgage insurance. Mortgage insurance is not the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great product without the mortgage insurance, but mortgage insurance creates some opportunities for folks to purchase a home that wouldn't be able to purchase a home without mortgage insurance.
Right, exactly.
Because it safeguards the lender against default.
Right.
So again, like you said, with this particular product with no mortgage insurance, they're certainly going to look to make sure that their interest is protected.
Right. Yeah. That's a great point, because, with the other traditional loans, everyone looks at mortgage insurance as a bad thing. But you're right. It does allow those riskier buyers to be able to get into a home.
Right.
Obviously we don't have to worry about it in this price range, but yeah, you're going to have to be a, well-qualified buyer. But if you're in that ballpark, if you're in that range, this is the ultimate option for you to go no mortgage insurance, 10% down.
Right.
Absolutely.
We're always talking about the borrower that has some credit issues, and we can help them, and we certainly can. But we like talking to people that we don't have to fix their credit to.
Yeah, absolutely. And the nice thing is that we've got some great perks,
right.
And some great options,
right.
For you guys. If you're in that ballpark and your credit scores are good, your reserves are good, you just financially you've been taking care of things.
Right.
And maybe you've been lucky too, because you haven't been hit with anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great. We can take care of you. We got some perks for you. And then of course for all the folks that hey, you've had some deans here and there, we've still got programs for you to get you in as well.
Absolutely. And we would love, I would love to discuss your particular situation at any time and help you through the process and get you started so that you can become a homeowner. Right now it's crazy, really, if you're not looking to purchase if you don't already own.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good. Well, that's some great information, folks. That's the Jumbo 9010 product that's Terri has available over at Supreme Lending, and highly recommend checking in with her about that or any other program. TerriWagner.com is the website. Check in with her. Folks, another good segment. Hey, stay tuned. We'll be back in a few.